Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Archangel. I have noticed something for quite a long time. Now other males are noticing this very same thing more and more. Doesn't it seem like nearly every female you come across claims to be a victim of abuse or sexism or violence? Wow! Well, how could this be? Well, which explanational curtain do you choose? If you look behind curtain A, then the reason for this abuse is because guys are vile, evil, misogynistic pigs that are jealous of females and seek to hold them down and oppress them as part of their campaign to defile females. There is a war on women, and so males will physically, psychologically, and emotionally abuse females. And this is why so many females are victims of abuse and will bring up their victim status anytime you switch the conversation to male devaluation or male mistreatment. Oh, no, males are not abused. I was a victim of abuse. My husband, my boyfriend, my father, my uncle, my brother, my grandfather, my schoolmates, my gym teacher. They beat me, they raped me, they molested me, they hit me, they tore me down, they abused me, blah, blah, etc. This rampant female victimization is what you would expect in a dictatorship that oppresses female rights and freedoms to the point where they can't even vote or drive cars or own wealth. A place that is so misogynistic that females are the first ones thrown overboard when a ship sinks, where female life is used as cannon fodder to protect male life. I mean, I'm not sure what other planet or dimension this place would be, but for argument's sake, that would seem logical, right? Well, except in this place, how can females be the majority of abuse victims when domestic statistics are now revealing males as the majority of domestic abuse victims? Or the answer to more and more females stepping out of the woodwork and claiming that they are abuse victims may be answered by what's behind explanational curtain B. That this is all predominantly farce. This is simply a ruse used as a tool of manipulation. You see, females as a collective have a seething contempt of males. They have for centuries, millennia even. And so now in this era where wealth and technology converge, females seek supremacy over males, as well as wholesale retribution for everything they dislike about males. Seriously, absorb that truth. It doesn't get any more raw than that. Females seek supremacy over males. Bottom line. As part of this agenda, we have hypersensitized everything surrounding females and handed females the keys to call foul on anything that displeases them. If you, a male, disagree with a female, it's harassment. If you criticize a female, it's exploitation. If you stand up to a female, it's misogyny. If you defend yourself from any female attacker, whether verbal or physical, you are an abusive oppressor of women. Basically, if males do not take every verbal, emotional, physical, and social blow that any female dishes out, while smiling and saying, "Thank you, ma'am, may I have another?" If you, grunting, drooling fart machines, do not take all of their crap and then turn around and serve and protect them, you are an abusive woman hater, a man-ape that victimizes feminine flowers every day. Does this ring any bells? So, in an environment such as this, where every male-to-female interaction is, or can be, construed as an abuse, if the female doesn't like it, or if she decides not to agree with your comment, your criticism, your sexual relations a week, a month, a year down the road, then she can label it as abuse, assault, attack. This is the environment of political correctness, where you can't look sideways without harassment or discrimination lawsuits or charges against you. Well, unless you're male, then your devaluation is socially acceptable and legally overlooked. It is said that if you want to know who is in charge, who is in control, just observe who you are not allowed to criticize. Male criticism is encouraged. Female criticism is discouraged. Think about it. So, if you are a male and you disagree with a chick at work, then suddenly she was the victim of systemic discrimination in the workplace. If you critique females on anything, or call them out on their lack of responsibility, or mock them or criticize them, or chastise or patronize them in any way at all, similar to the way females mock, criticize, condescend, and chastise males, then she will claim she has been the victim of sexism and misogyny. If you look at a female, then she can say she has been the victim of objectification. If you talk to a female, then she can claim that interaction as flirtatious, and then claim that she has been the victim of sexual harassment. If you touch a woman or defend yourself from them, or return her physical assaults, then she has been the victim of violence. You see, in females' bid to vault themselves into supremacy over males, they have cried victim so many times. Everything is so gynosensitized that any interaction any male has with any female, she can construe that as abuse in some form. Especially when the collective feminine atmosphere convinces females that they have been violated by males even if they have not, with statements like, all sex is rape. And so, since all heterosex is rape, and we are a sexually charged species, and culture that glorifies sex to keep men chasing the female carrot, hence you get the rape culture that females drone on about almost as much as they pontificate about the imagined male privilege. Many chicks will totally make up abuse and victim storylines for sympathetic attention, such as false rape or molestation accusations. Others will take a paper cut and embellish it into being sliced from ear to ear by a samurai sword. And they do this because they are brainwashed by a zealous female collective that is out for male blood. So much so that they will convince general populace females to imagine and embellish trespasses against females by males, since, well, they claim all females are abuse victims simply because males exist. Yeah, this is how insane and toxic it has become. Females are abused by males merely existing. And so, this is how we get females that claim abuse and victimhood status anytime they need an absolute trump card, a conversational get-out-of-jail-free card. Anytime they can't win an argument, anytime the attention is taken away from them, anytime you discuss male devaluation, they will pull a shaming card out of the hat. And being a poor little fragile fluffy kitten who has been the innocent victim of brutal wanton violence and abuse by males, well, this is the Hail Mary to invoke male sympathy, so males will put up with this glaring manipulation and hypocrisy, especially from beings that claim that they care about equal rights, which would necessarily include the rights and mistreatments of males. Isn't that right? Fairness and equity for all. But we can only talk about her stuff. I have had many guys recently relay the very same observation about females. The other day, a guy said, every girl I seem to come across has a sad story. Almost every one seems to be sexually and physically abused. I mean, is there something in the water or what? He laughed. Nope. They're just trying to manipulate you. You see, females have 3 tools to use on males: sex, fragility, and motherhood. They will use the promise or withholding of sex to incite subjugation. Second, they use the image of motherhood in order to compel servitude to females in general, as if you owe the entire sex some debt because one of them birthed you. Then, finally, they use fragility to induce subjugation through heartstring-tugging sympathy. And this tactic of every female claiming to be a victim of abuse started off as a fragility tactic. They are being picked on and abused, which will call upon male compassion and justice to protect the helpless. Yet this gynosensitive victim narrative has now become a plow, a general all-purpose snowblower. They will claim everything males do as trespassing onto females. And so, out of fear of lawsuit, criminal charges, and career or reputational ruination, males will stand down and serve any female, lest she accuse him of abuse or harassment, which will earn him a beating from white knights and condemnation from the community. And so, females use the ubiquitous victim narrative to plow right on through equality and equity straight to supremacy. And it has been quite an effective tool for the feminine collective, for now they have it better than dudes. Oh, you bet. In many areas, females already have supremacy over males. They do not enjoy mere equality. They get equal outcome and they get special protocols because they are females, aka chivalry, which is sexist, against males. Yes, absolutely. Females have it better than males. Females receive the presumption of innocence when accused of wrongdoing, and presumption of motherhood when child custody is in question. Females get affirmative action over more qualified males in employment competitions. A business gets special perks and status if that company is 51% female owned. Females get lesser sentencing than males on all crimes. Females get to expect males to protect them and for males to self-sacrifice for females. Females enjoy exemption from selective service and draft requirements thrust on to males. Females are treated more favorably in all arms of education. Females receive far more funding for female issues, such as abuse shelters, breast cancer, etc. Females get far more entitlements from the state, WIC, welfare, food stamps, female health care, etc. Females are blatantly favored in divorce proceedings. Females also get benefit from pushing through no-fault divorce. So now she can mistreat and abuse and or cheat on him and still get most of his crap. A female celebrity can slander a male on air and still expect to have her job and sponsors the next day. It is not rocket science to observe that females are privy to courtesies that males are not, and they wield all this extra privilege and the same societal and legal rights as males at the same time that they claim oppression and male privilege. And they enjoy all these things on the shoulders of males. They get all of this while artificially selling themselves with makeup and heels as males provide for them. They can mock and defame males even as they expect males to jump in and fight their battles for them when they mouth off one too many times. They can claim male privilege and female oppression even as they have more entitlements than males do, and they do all this as males keep society running through hazardous jobs. They enjoy the luxury of slandering and manipulating males even as males keep watch and protect the mouthy man-hating women through fire and rescue services, through law enforcement or military tours. Females have all the rights males do. They drive, they vote, they own property. Plus, females have all these extra entitlements that males do not. And to top it all off, females desire chivalry as well. As if guys are not already giving enough blood. They also need to pay for dates, fetch the car, and open doors for females while telling her how strong and independent she is. Can you not see how deliberate this crap is? Females are elevated and privileged in society. Males are devalued. And what is the end game? Female supremacy over males. Females still bellyache because they have not achieved their objective. Females simply want males to hand over everything, all positions of visibility and power. That's all females have left to take from males. This war on women is females demanding the captain's chair of political and social positions. Males have nothing left but their accomplishments as entrepreneurs or public officials. This is another push for full-on supremacy, despite the fact that females have so much more than males already. Still, the end game is in sight. All they have left to do is take male accomplishment and put males in zoos. All of this here? Yeah, it's happening. Yep, this is real. So, why does every female claim to be an abuse victim by a male? Well, either we are on a genocidal agenda against females, or it is simply manipulation. A spoiled little kid making demands and getting placated by pushover parents. This is an existence of polarities, and historically, the interplay between the sexes is one of power, both sides vying for control and power over the other. Well, that's how it used to be, but now males have simply backed down, handed females the reins, and become servants who will work for validation and 3 seconds of female-assisted ejaculation. Today, there really is no power play. Males have handed all their power over to females on a silver platter in every facet of life, from relationships to societal protocols. Now, if you are unsure or have reservations about anything said here, then simply think about this. Who is being abused more? Obviously, it is not the sex that is in charge. And how do you find out who is truly in charge? Just identify who you are not allowed to criticize. My friends, stand with me, live free.